basis, I am always dealing with my own thoughts. I'm always dealing with my own frequency. I'm always dealing with my own reality. Because I have literally taken out all the distractions. I've literally taken out all of the ideas that my mind has attached itself to cultivate an understanding with what I am experiencing now. And what I'm experiencing now, it has led me to be completely by myself and to know who I am. Like, I'm a person who know exactly who I am, and I know exactly what I want, and I understand life to a full extent. And there's a lot of people who don't have that understanding, who have not reached that level of intelligence. And this is why I'm here to say it is only you. It is only you. To all your problems, to all your observations, everything in life, it has everything to do with you. You as an individual. Collectively speaking, we are all individuals of our own consciousness. And once we get in tune with our consciousness, once we get in tune with our mind and our observation and who we are as an individual, you will start to realize that not only you are connected to everything, but I don't want to say you have a sense of control, because everything is all unraveling. Life is not happening to you. You are simply observing it. You are simply going through your experience. You are experiencing a experience. And once you understand that, you try to seek as much information as possible, to where, to me personally, me being a person who practiced this and knows this to be truth, I collect everything as information, whether it's a random person coming across my path, or whether it's a hardship that's coming across my path, or rather it's something that's very satisfying to me. I receive it all as information, and I also receive it all as me. I'm never looking in separation. I don't live in separation. Anything that comes to me in my life, I'm not separate from it. I know for a fact that I am connected to whatever I'm experiencing, and that experience is only leading me to more information about myself. And if you are on this live, you are hearing this for a reason. This is divine information for your ears to hear, for your senses to pick up and to receive what I'm giving out. Like I said, I don't come on here to bash anyone. I don't come on here to talk negatively about anything. I am simply here to spread light, to spread enlightenment, and to build with the minds of others who are seeking this information to further their consciousness, to further their understanding, because that's all that it is. That's all that this is. Essentially, it's information. It's all consciousness. Consciousness is energy. If you are a person that is expanding your energy, then you will be drawn to me. You will be attracted to what I'm speaking on. But I understand that there's most people that they're not on that. They're not on that. And I don't know. To me, that is just a part of me that I am trying to heal. That is a part of me that allows me to be more and more of myself, because I don't agree with it. Unfortunately, all around the world, it doesn't matter where you are. There's people in Africa, there's people in Mexico, there's people in, Russia, that has their own idea of what life is about, but it's a simple format, and this simple format has a lot to do with family. It has a lot to do with money, currency, being taken care of, and being stable with external possessions, and also a level of happiness and desire. Every human being wants to meet those standards, but I don't truly believe that anyone was given divine information and divine knowledge on what that specifically is. You know, we see people from India, we see people from Africa coming over here to the States as if this is something to be a part of, you know. People, especially Americans, whether you're a melanated being, whether you're, if you are in the United States of America, we have a specific type of system that we are up under, and this system is not beneficial for the human mind or the human body, you know. And I've come to bring awareness to being an indigenous person, for being a person that is of truth, that lives in objectivity rather than subjectivity. Because when you look at, I am from America. I am from the USA, the United States of America. And when I tell you, it seems like, all these other countries, they go to war, they have all these things that they don't have access to. And when I look at that, I know that America has a big part of that. And it's not just America, it's the idea of where human beings' minds are. The things we choose to put our value in, the things we choose to put our focus on, the things we choose to give our energy to. I'm a person who chooses to give my energy to myself. I do what serves me, even though I live in this world, even though I am in the United States of America. I choose to be as aware as possible of what I am experiencing on an everyday basis. And to me, being a person that seeks myself, I know that it is very hard to desire to be content with what the world has already established, because not only my energy is against it, because it goes against my nature. It shows me that, I'm capable of changing the world by speaking a specific type of light, a specific type of frequency. And this is what I'm here for. Like I said, I'm not here to spread negativity. I'm not here for drama. I'm not here to look cute. I'm simply here to build and to bring conversation to you that is not normally brought to you. Literally. You can tune into my chief YouTube channel, which is Nature Boy TV. You can follow my spiritual page at queensale.avere, and you can find numerous information and more insight on furthermore of what I'm speaking of. I am a student of the most honorable Chief Babaji, who has given us divine knowledge of self. And this divine knowledge of self allows us to be more in tune with our nature, with the resources, that we come from. He has put together a curriculum, which is astrology, biology, quantum physics, melanin, and grounding. Those are the 5 sciences that my chief has given us. And with those 5 sciences, there are literally the resources of what makes up you and I. Literally, biology being the second hermetic principle, above so below. Whatever is happening cosmically is happening biologically. And this is why we study our astrological program. This will be found in the natal chart. If you've never looked at your natal chart, then I advise you to look at your natal chart. Everything is already written for you to see and to identify the energies that's within yourself. And biology has a lot to do with life. On an everyday basis, we was taught, in school, we were given bits and pieces of what biology is, but we weren't giving the direct divine information on how we're connected to biology. Biology would literally show you that we are connected to all things, whether It's the A's, T's, G's, and C's, the material of what founds a living being. Um, and also the quantum field. Once you understand the quantum field and how your observation has a lot to do with your five senses, and how without your observation, none of this experience will like without your observation, you will not be experiencing the life that you are experiencing. You know, melanin. Throughout the years in the United States, there's always been a race thing, and in other countries, they look at United States like we're obsessed with race because there has always been a black and white issue. Well, my chief has taught us that, I mean, and even not even just my chief, but it is already scientifically proven that everything has came from a melanated being. When we look at the material of what melanin is, it is a carbon substance that is found in mostly everything. There's three parts of melanin: uromelanin, neuromelanin, and pheomelanin. And all these components are found within living beings. And this shows us how connected we are and how valuable we are to the planet. Also, grounding. Grounding shows our basically the importance of an environment. In the United States of America, we aren't giving the best valuable environment. Let's just say our environment has been modified. Our environment is very artificial when you look at it. I mean, from my standpoint, living in the United States, you can't, you have to go and seek nature. You have to go and find nature. You have to go search, to go ground, and to go connect to the earth, because when you look at certain places, they are being gentrified. I believe that's the correct word. They're being molded and shaped into these environments to where, everything is mostly man-made, from even the ground that we walk on. There's a lot of cement, there's a lot of roads. But when we study being connected to the earth, being connected to the soil, knowing that your body is a positive charge and the telluric energy from the earth is a negative charge, it actually neutralizes our body, allowing us to relieve inflammation and to receive electrons and to relieve free radicals that, no longer needs to be there. This is all the five sciences ties back to how you can not only seek and to love yourself, but to simply know exactly who you are. Because when we look at astrology, it is how light bends in your mind and how you choose to perceive things. And perception is literally everything. The grounding has a lot to do with your environment. Your environment has a lot to do with your perception. And your perception and your environment literally molds you to be the person that you are today. Quantum physics, everyone should understand that this is not just happening. This is not just happening. You're literally the matter making up the matter. And it's a very beautiful thing to understand that. And then melanin, to know that melanated beings are the root of this planet. We are we are supposed to be the providers and the protectors of this earth, because we are the earth. And when we connect to the ground and we know how much our melanin, basically it expands our consciousness. It gives us more connection to the all, to the collective, to what we're experiencing. Melanin is, like I said, a carbon-based substance that allows you to be more connected to your everything, to your observation, to your environment, to everything that you experience. Melanin is literally an enhancer, and most beings come from this. We have different races like Asians, Indians, Mexicans nowadays, is because those are simply mutations of what a melanin carbon-based person used to be. Literally, we all come from this. When we look in the past, we see that Latins and Indians and all these other races we're melanated beings. This is what we are founded from. We were more connected back then, but since we aren't more connected, we have became mutations of what you now see. And this is what I talk about. This is what I study. This is what I do. If anybody want to get into their astrology, I would be glad to, help you break down your astrological program. A lot of people look at astrology like it is hocus pocus, but if you are a melanated being, you should know that we did not start off as slaves. We must look back into Kemet. We must look back into the Egyptian days where we were actually connected with the cosmos, with the cosmic constellations, the planetary positions, because above, so below, whatever is happening astrologically is happening biologically. And this is why the Egyptians studied this. This is why we have the sun placement, the moon placement, the Venus placement, the Mars placement, the Mercury placement, the Pluto placement. It goes on and on and on. This is information that melanated beings were literally not only attached to, but knew internally. We were connected with it because spiritually, energetically, we lived off of that. This is what sustained our lives. Not money, not housing, not transportation, not a fucking job. What sustained our mind, our body, and our soul was literally having divine knowledge of self and to know that we are connected to all things, even astrologically. Literally. I would love to bring someone up to talk about some things. Because yeah, I just be wanting to come on here and tell you guys who I am and what I be doing. I could get into morals and principles and start calling people out on their bullshit and how they are attached to a world that does not serve them. But I want to be humble today. I want to a lot of my videos, a lot of the things that I put out is based on morals and principles and just being intuitively, righteous. Me as a divine being, I literally can just give you divine understanding when it comes to certain things. But now I feel that it is very important to give you guys the facts, to give you guys the sciences based on what I'm talking about. Just the other day, or no, not the other day, just today, I posted a video on my TikTok, and this person commented. I said, "Peace, gods," because in every video, I say, "Peace, God, peace, God," because I'm talking to myself, and I know that I am God. I know that I am all that I am, which is God, which is everything. I believe that you are God. I believe that everything I am experiencing is God. Literally, it is the all, it is the collective, And this person basically was like, God, and with a question mark. And I didn't respond because I didn't want to go back and forth in a comment section. But on here, I just want to voice my truth. A lot of people will be confused on me saying that we are God, I am God. A lot of people are consciously shook about that. And, to them, I don't know, it's like a major thing that they are resistant of. Why are people so resistant in so much? Why are people so much in resistance when it comes to accepting that they are God or to even think that they are God? Is because people have literally fallen in the Bible. I literally want to read this. Hold on. I want to read this. Ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High, but ye shall fall. Ye shall die like man and fall like one of the mortals. Palms, that is in the Bible. But yeah, okay. In the Bible, it literally tells us, it says, it literally says, you are gods. The fuck. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. But ye shall fall, die like man, and fall like mortals. So in this life, many have broken the covenant with God, which is themselves. Many have broken the covenant with believing and knowing what God actually is. Most people in this life lives in separation. A lot of people live in separation. To know that you are God, let me tell you what God is, or what are the components of God. The principle of God is best explained through two components. God overall is ultimately everything. That's one. God overall ultimately is everything. So you are not separate from God. Nothing around you is separate from God. It simply is. Being the sum of all things, both pure and evil, bad and good, existing only as one entity that is exempt from separation. Meaning, God is only experiencing itself because it is literally the oneness, the collective, the everything, period. And the God, even when we go back to the Bible, even though this Bible was played with, was fucking, it was created to be what the Bible is. This is why you have to dissect the Bible. When it said God put Adam and Eve in the damn garden, when he told Adam, this is, you guys can eat from here to here, just do not eat this tree, right? When God created Adam and Eve and gave them the garden, what makes people think that God is not, what makes people think that God had nothing to do with the garden, had nothing to do with Adam, had nothing to do with Eve, and had nothing to do with the tree of evil, if God literally created all of these things? And if God created all of these things, this must mean that God simply is these things because he is the creator of those things. There is no separation. God did not create something and be separate from itself. God simply created it. And when I think of created it, I think of manifestation, because when God said, let there be light, there was the word of God. When we think of word and when we think of thought, it is consciousness. Okay, so entity that is exempt from separation, meaning God cannot move in separation and is only capable of experiencing itself. And it's also, God is in reputation and is in representation of all that is good, righteous, factual, truthful, and objective. God also exists as the opposing force of unrighteousness and immorality that is known as the devil to live backwards. So if God is good and bad, God is God, which is pure, and God is bad, which is evil, which is the devil. God is simply all things, all things. And when you choose to live in separation of that and say, "Oh, well, we're just children of God." If we're just children of God, where the fuck is God? Where is God? If we are just children of God, we are the making of God. We are the example of God. We are God literally experiencing itself and living and breathing form. Even when it comes to the flies, when it comes to the damn dog, when it comes to the lion, to the elephant, this is God. This is why when I greet people, I say, "Peace, God. Peace, God." Because I know I am only experiencing what God is. I don't see how people can believe in a God and live in separation of God. That is crazy to me. That is crazy to me. Okay, I want to talk about the kingdom. The kingdom of God is best explained through the explanation of words. Kingdom. In heaven, a kingdom is a word or domain that holds a specific area or interest of information and knowledge. The word. Heaven is a state of constant communion or communication with God, or to have constant connection to God. The kingdom of heaven is a mentality that is in direct alignment with the mind of God, the purest and the cleanest and the most objective patterns of thinking. So to be one with God, to know God, to enter the kingdom, which is heaven. They have taught you that heaven and the kingdom is some place that you may go if you were a good person. But understand, the word, the thought, the energy, the connection that you have with God is found within your own being, your own understanding. You know, many people can play the devil in their own lives based on their thought, based on the word that they are giving and that they are thinking. Many people are in connection with God based on their thoughts, how their mind is. If a person is connect or okay, so for example, to be one with God is to know that I'm not only all things, but my thought, my word is what creates this reality to be. And it allows me to experience what God is, or it allows me to experience what the devil is. Literally based on thought. And this is what the kingdom is. Your kingdom is your mind, is your consciousness, because your consciousness is literally what gives you this observation. And this is why God is seen to be all things, because it's all consciousness, it's all energy. Everything is made out of this. And we can also rely on this information through science, right? We can rely on this information through science. When we look at all things are made out of what? Energy. What is energy? What is energy? Do you ever ask yourself what is energy? People think energy is just, I don't know what the fuck people think energy is, but energy is literally atoms. Atom. This is why they had Adam and Eve. Eve is the electron, Adam is the atom. Literally. Atoms is energy. When we look into atoms, Atoms are literally 99.99999.9999 dark matter. And within this matter is a vibrating frequency. And this vibrating frequency vibrates to a certain frequency to where it accumulates a certain type of frequency. And this frequency vibrates at a specific type of form of life, whether it is thought, whether it is a child, whether it is a human being. Literally, and all life is formed out of these atoms, out of this energy. Literally, you see a solid. This is nothing but energy. I am nothing but energy. Atoms collided together, vibrating at a specific frequency to where I can have a specific type of consciousness. And this is found within all living things. And all living things are found through plants, through animals, through insects, through fish, and everything else. We are not anything. We are just as everything around us. We are connected. Why? Because it is all atoms vibrating to a specific frequency that we are observing with our own fucking energy. And cosmically, when we look into the quantum field, oh my God, I can go on and on about this. I can go on and on about this because scientifically it's proven. And when you intuitively know yourself and know your observation, you have to ask yourself these bigger questions. Let's play Chief Download. I'm going to show you guys the exact video that enlightened me.
Self to vibrate to a certain frequency. Now, why do I say that? About the build right now. It's gonna be a deep build. Y'all strapped in, man. Some of y'all already know this because y'all been rocking with me for a minute, but it's a lot of people that don't know. I'm back on Facebook right now. Okay, like I was saying, the God is the devil. You said the white man is the devil. No, God is the devil. There's nothing outside of the all. We are all connected. Evil is connected to what you would call good. It's just that evil is the disconnect from everything that is good. But it is connected. Like, I'll give you an example. Babylon uses the source or cancer in the body, which is misinformation that's sent to cells that makes them mutated. Cancer in the body is running off a genetically modified version of its instructions. And they cannot exist without feeding from the natural source of your body. So they will connect to the blood veins, the source, the nutritions that come from your body. So it's all connected. The problem here is people don't know that even in the Bible, when God told Adam and Eve, we could just use the story of Adam and Eve. God told Adam and Eve, don't touch the tree of knowledge of good and evil. You can eat from all the trees in the garden, but don't touch this tree. That means that God created the tree. That God was the tree. There's nothing outside of us. We are God. We are good. We are evil. We are all the things that we can be. The point is to remain good and pure and just and just like Adam and Eve, not even know we're naked, not shame of that we're naked. We must become like children again, as Jesus says. That's the point. That's the only way you get out of this simulation you're in. The earth is a simulation. The only way you get out of this simulation, the only way you can vibrate, this is it. All right. I'm gonna break it down for y'all. Very simple. The sun is our mind. That is our collective mind. That is the all. You couldn't think or express anything without the sun. The sun, we are the sun. We're expressions of the sun. Okay? The planets are, the sun is our soul, and the planets are our spirits. This is why in your natal chart you have a Mars sign, a Venus sign, a Saturn sign. All of these signs are one. Can y'all bring me the stand so I don't have to hold this thing? You got all these signs at one. Now, I'm going to go back to the Adam and Eve story, and I'm going to come back to that. Just to set it up like that. The Adam and Eve story. God created the tree, but God is the tree, and God is Adam and Eve as well, and the serpent as well. God is playing all the roles of the beings of separation. God is Adam, Eve, and Eve, in the serpent, in the tree of good and evil. God is. There's nothing outside of God. We are it. We are it. There's nothing outside of us. God is our lower self, our lower desires, things that make us connect to the lower desires of our own doing. God is the devil in disguise. The devil is sin, is God in disguise, sent here to test his own self to vibrate to a certain frequency. Now, why do I say that? Peep game. The devil is used for you to overcome. You have to, in the Bible, it was a story of Job in the Bible. So in the beginning, I'm going to take, look, I'm only using the Bible because, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. We are all under the Catholicism. We are all under Catholicism. We are all under the program of Catholicism, especially of African Americans. And man, whether you like it or not, you can say, fuck Jesus, fuck God. All of our information has been, all of the divine codes have been genetically modified through the Bible. So we have to we have to unravel these mysteries and these codes of the Bible. So don't throw your Bible away. You're going to be lost because it was given to you for a reason, for you to decode it. The devil, what the devil did, which is God, your lower self has taken divine knowledge and took it into and this is what happened, right? It is your job to graduate this realm of existence. It's your job. You're being tested to prove yourself worthy to be able to vibrate to the higher frequencies of what we all are. Okay, now we're in the earth, we're logged into the earth simulation. The earth simulation is what is called a plane of existence. That means that the sun is all of existence, and these broken up planets are frequencies of that existence. So you're vibrating between, let's say, 400 and 700 nanometer. So that puts you in the earth realm. So every day you log on here, and the only way you can get out of this realm is that you vibrate from consciousness, become totally aware, and become loving. When you become more conscious, you become loving. You vibrate to the frequency that allows you to leave the earth realm, because you no longer leave the lessons that keep you vibrating at the frequency of the existence. So you vibrate higher than this existence. You have complete love. Then you must go to the next higher realm of existence. So as long as you're saying that white people are the devil and hating, and you will never leave here, you don't know love, you will never leave here. I liken consciousness as a house, right? Let's say this house,
Yo, weird as hell.
It has different rooms in it, and the different rooms are the different planets. We talk about going to Mars, but you can only go to Mars through consciousness. Peep game. Let's say we're in the living room. To be in the living room, the mind vibrates to a certain frequency to exist in the living room. So the mind gives you a body. It vibrates to a body, collectives of cells, collectives of tetrahedrons that come together and condense together to the frequency of the living room. And so in the living room, you can manipulate energy with this body, because your mind is giving you the illusion that you have a body. And this body is actually made from the elements of the living room to allow you to manipulate the elements of the living room. So you have a body, and this machine allows you to move things around and figure things out within the living room of the house. So once we figure out how to live in the living room, which is earth, right? We call earth. Once we learn how to live in tune with what is in the living room, we vibrate high enough to go to the kitchen, right? Which would be Mercury, right? Or Venus. We get to go to Venus now. And Venus, you vibrate high enough for your soul to enter the realms of Venus. So that's the kitchen. And now you're in the kitchen. And in the kitchen, you could be worried about the bedroom. This is what people are. They're worried about the bedroom. People be talking about the living room, the bathroom, outside the house, what's going on out there. When you will never know, and you're not allowed to know, because you're only subjected to a certain amount of frequency that you are subject to in the kitchen. So you're only allowed to know but so much consciousness vibrating between 800 and 1,000 nanometers, because that's where consciousness is. In that realm, which is the kitchen. In order for you to know what's going on in the bedroom, you would have to vibrate to the frequency consciously, becoming aware. This is what the information age is about, is to allow you to become aware. It's the only way you're getting out of here. If you don't, you just reincarnate. You reincarnate to a point of frequency that you left in. But you reincarnate after life, after you die, right? After you die, you go to a place where you will stand in front of the almighty oneness, everything that you truly are. It is complete love. It is complete mathematical understanding. In your presence, in your nakedness, you will have no body. You will just be in mind. You will be the mind that allows you to be the mind that you are right now. This mind will stand in front of the almighty oneness. And when you stand in front of the almighty oneness, you will be judged, but not by the almighty. The almighty is just pure love. You either vibrating on the frequency of pure love, or you're not. You will be convicted. You will convict your own self from being in the presence of pure love. You will know if you deserve to join that. If you don't, you know that you need lessons. You will say, and the Bible says, if you are ashamed before man, I will be ashamed of you before my Father. You will be sent and casted down back to hell, where we at right now. You will send back. You will descend, because you will go to the higher place, and you will descend back to the hell. But it's like a video game. You don't just go back to point A. No, you go right to the point where you have learned all your lessons to vibrate to. Say if you was at from 400, you had learned lessons from 400 to 700 nanometers in the living room, but you learned all the way up to 600. You have 100 more levels of frequency to vibrate to get out of the earth realm. So you can sit back and learn the lesson. Say if you hate white people. Okay, you hate white people? Cool. Send you back, you get descended. You descend yourself back. The Almighty doesn't even judge you. You judge yourself. This is why if your heart doesn't condemn you, neither will I. You can talk all the shit you want, but when it's time to die, when no lights turn out, that's when the shit get real. Because it's quiet. It's only you're naked. And nobody that you had here, that you possessed, you will be stripped naked of everything that you have. And then you'll be judged by what you did with everything that you had. So your car, your wife, your children, none of them go with you, or you will be judged. But not by the Almighty. You're going to judge yourself. You're going to convict yourself. And I always liken it to you becoming vegan. And you go around your family, and you're like, no, I'll just have sides. I'll have string beans, some potatoes. And they look at you, you need meat, baby. Oh, you was a vegan now. And they want to make fun of you because you convict them. Or somebody being very beautiful that walks in the room that makes someone else feel insecure about themselves because they're beautiful. You see, that's how the mind works. All is mental. This is how the mind works. So God will not judge you. The all will not judge you. You're going to judge yourself from standing in the presence of perfection. That's why it says, be ye perfect. If you're not perfect and you stand in front of perfection, you know that you do not belong before. You're not worthy to be joined with God, with the all. You will not join the all. You haven't been good. And because you are living right now, breathing, and you have all this stuff going on, you don't understand. I tell you to silence your mind. I tell you to listen to your mind. Silence your mind. Think of death. meditate about death. The moment of death is when you know it's real. This is when we all start crying for God. Oh God, forgive me. Oh Jesus. Oh, no. Don't cry to God now. Jesus and God will see you. If it takes form in that shape in your subconscious, they will see you and they will lead you right back to the reincarnation. Because you will be in front of the all and not be able to join it. This is how it truly works. So now you go back and you tap into a frequency where you have a mind.